Hello. Oh my gosh, I have so much I want to share with you guys. So I've been out for a couple of days. I just was busy. I had a lot of fun, busy stuff going on, and I want to share with you some intuition that I've been having recently, and this self-healing that I did yesterday that is freaking huge and totally speaks to our divine power as points of focus of the divine light that we are all from. So recently I have been finding things like very easily. Like whenever my kids come to me and they say, "Mom, I can't find something," I'm like, okay, let me just feel my way to it. And I literally do. I feel my way exactly to where it is, even when I have no freaking clue where it is. And so I've been really tapped into like letting the divine lead me, just surrendering, which is so hard, isn't it? It's so hard to surrender and to trust. But if we just look for the signs and acknowledge the signs, we get more signs and we build trust. And like this right here, talking about it builds that trust as well. And so what I want to tell you about is last week I did a lot of shit that scared me. Good things, fun things, things that really helped me step into my power. And we had this amazing Rose Goddess Alchemy Summit. It was a week long, and it was just a bunch of kick-ass chicks came together to share their gifts, whatever sort of like divine feminine wisdom that they have to offer in the way of meditation, activation, hypnosis, just all of these amazing modalities of healing that we have to offer one another. We came together to collaborate, and it was such an empowering week, and I felt so uplifted, and I really feel like I stepped into a new layer of leadership. And that is a really great feeling. But this is what I'm finding, is I am finding that as my growth, quantum leaps, I guess is a good word for it. As I have these quantum leaps, right? As you know, sometimes growth can come very quickly, and it's awesome, and it's great, and it's beautiful externally, but sometimes our body is like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I can't keep up. And so I was reminded this weekend of how important it is to, as we are ascending, to make sure that our body is on board and to be very attentive of what we're putting in our bodies, what we're putting on our bodies, and how we're treating them on a daily basis, and really taking the time to pay attention and acknowledge and be grateful for our vessel and the fact that it's operating optimally and that we are healthy. And that we are doing well. And so, you know, I am seriously addicted to meditation. And what a beautiful addiction to have, right? I love meditating. Every single day it is a non-negotiable for me because it spills over into every single layer of my life. So if you do not meditate, highly recommend it. Start with 2 to 5 minutes. You can start that small, and it makes a huge difference. It will change your life because you are clearing a path for the divine to flow. And when we surrender and trust, the divine leads us right where we need to go. It's beautiful. And we cause this amazing ripple effect in the world that changes and elevates so many lives. And then we've activated the give-receive cycle. Okay, I'm going on a tangent here. Let me back up. So with regard to my health, okay, so over the past week, stepping through all of these different fears, right? Doing things that scare me, but doing things that beautifully scare me in a way that helps me to stretch. So on my podcast, I did my first interview with a kick-ass chick named Britton Hart. She is a bare knuckle boxer. Like, what? Where did this come from, right? Allow the universe to surprise and delight you. And it was a great interview, but she's big time, right? And so I was a little nervous about my first interview on this podcast and it being someone that's so outstanding. And so that stretched me. I also did an activation and meditation within this group, which was like 600 women. That scared the shit out of me, but it was a beautiful level of growth, a new layer, and I did really well, and I was able to tap into my heart and really share beyond my nerves, right? And then the biggest thing I did is I did a web class for my business, talking about the business. And, you know, I'm still new. I've only been doing this for 9 months. And when you're sharing on a deep level and you really want to share your heart to this massive group of divine goddesses, like you really want to share what's, you want to give them all the points in a clear way, but you want to do it from a space of connection, right? Because you want them to feel your soul, because you want them to feel how activated and what this opportunity has done for you. And so, but that scared the shit out of me. That was live, and I did it with someone else. There was somebody else sharing the space with me. And her and I, first of all, she's a little more than a decade younger than me. And so that's a difference. We have very different stories. She's a beautiful soul, but we are very different people. She's a little OCD, which is a compliment to her. Like, she's very structured. I am not. Like, I am freaking all over the place. I am creative. I just want to go with the flow, right? But she really wanted things to be very structured, and that stretched me. And at one point I had to say, okay, listen, you're going to have to give me some creative genius here, because I can't be this structured. It's stressing me out. And she went with that. She was like, okay, I can appreciate that, but I just had to speak up. I had to set boundaries, and I had to embrace my ability to lead in the way that I lead, right? And so this is what it led to. I woke up yesterday with a massive toothache. I don't have any cavities. My teeth are very healthy. There was something going on in my sinus, and I've noticed in the past that when I am stepping into a new level of intuition, I feel it in my teeth. And I'm very interested if anybody else has ever felt anything in their mouth or their jaw or their teeth in relation to ascension and like intuition and activating these different layers of power. Tell me if you have. I'm really curious. But I did the research, and what I found is that a lot of times what's going on in your mouth can be directly related to communication, right? Issues with communication and decision making. Oh, and I've been making tons and tons and tons of different decisions recently that have really been pushing me to really trust and allow to make space for the divine to flow through me. And I'm telling you, dude, I have never felt a pain like this before. Now, I think that this side of my teeth is like in my, what do you call this thing? Sinus cavity a little bit. And so anytime my kids get a cold and they have a runny nose, and I try to get it, but I never get it because I have a really strong immune system, but I feel a little bit of pressure on my teeth. Well, oh my God. I woke up yesterday and these 3 front molars were killing me. Oh my gosh. If you have ever had tooth pain, my heart is with you, because there is no pain like tooth pain. Like, I'm talking shooting nerve pain. And at first I was like, oh shit, I got a cavity. Well, when I realized it was all 3 teeth and that it was associated, I could push on my gums and it would shoot. And then I started pushing on my sinuses and I felt it a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh, I have manifested a fucking toothache because of communication and decision making. And so you got to acknowledge it and release it. That's all it takes. Acknowledge it and release it, and believe that you can heal yourself. It's all about belief in your divine power and self-healing, because everything we need is in here. We just have to activate the self-healing. Everything we need is in here, guys. Everything. Okay, so this is what I did. I moped and bitched for a little while. I allowed myself to feel it because it was annoying, and it is really hard when you have pain to not focus on that. So I have a new level of appreciation here for people who are dealing with chronic pain. It totally sucks. I feel for you. I'm so sorry. So this is what I did. 100% fine today. I went and talked to Sophia. Yes, psychosomatic symptoms. Absolutely. I went and talked to Sophia, and she's like my super intuitive little wise goddess. And she was like, throat chakra. I was like, well, that makes sense. So she said, that's the first thing that came to me is throat chakra and tapping. And I was like, all right, that's what I'm going to go do. So I did 2 throat chakra meditations. And I've been feeling a call to throat chakra recently. And then I did 2 different tappings around tooth pain. And this is where I learned about the decision making, how it can all kind of settle in here. And I told my teeth I love them. And then there was like this guided meditation where you actually like go into your mouth, look at your teeth, and like heal them. And look, this sounds woo-woo and crazy, but this shit works. Like, this is big time. Everything that you think is real. Like, have you ever done a meditation where you visualize the light from source, God, spirit coming down into your body? If you are visualizing it, it is really happening. And so when I laid down last night, I laid on my left side and I was visualizing the source coming down and just healing my mouth. And I woke up a couple times through the night, not from pain, but because I felt myself being worked on. Like I felt something going on, some shift going on in there. And dude, I woke up this morning and I was terrified to clench down on my teeth. But I finally did it and I literally have zero pain. Zero. And I can't, you know what nerve pain is like? Nerve pain sucks. And when you have it shooting, it was like throbbing, twitching. It was like my nerve was twitching. And I felt twitches in other parts of my body, which I don't mind anymore. Give me a twitch anywhere but in my fucking tooth, okay? Sorry, I'm cursing. I'm excited. I feel really good today. But yeah, so that was amazing. And then the other thing I want to say is one of my team members, Emily Franzen, she just had her baby today, so a shout out to her. I'm so excited and happy for her, and I'm so honored that she sent me a picture of her little angel. That made me so happy. Colleen, I see you. Ben, Smaranda, I hope that I pronounced that beautiful name right. Okay, wow. These are my thoughts in the last week about the body. See, this is synchronicity, right? You came to this live because of synchronicity. Colleen, hello, darling. Kinga, you're wonderful. You are wonderful too. Thank you so much. Okay, Cecilia, hello, darling. Who else is watching? Oh, awesome. Okay, so I hope that made sense. But I am just feeling it's ride that wave of moment, like ride that wave. When you have a good feeling going, ride that wave. Let the feeling build and build and build. And so this is the thing, is when you can ride the wave of momentum and let it grow, let it grow, let it grow, when you're sitting in a really good space, when you have things come up, like the $1,100 car repair that I have coming, damn it, it's easier to deal with, and you're trusting. Like now I am at a place where I know that I'm going to make twice as much money very soon, very swiftly, to pay for that, because every dollar I spend comes back to me twofold, tenfold, whatever, right? So just trust. Oh, and I want to share with you this book. I'm reading a new book. It's called Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead by Tasha Silver. I'll put the name and the title. I know it's backwards for you. I went to the bookstore and this just called out to me. I started reading it, super cool. And I've been tapping into trust the universe, trust, let go, trust that you are provided for and you will be provided for every single time, every time. Acknowledge it and it will happen with more ease and flow the more you acknowledge it. Okay, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. What's up, Shane? I love you guys. I love you. It's going to be an awesome week. Set your intentions. Claim it. Claim the awesomeness of your week, and it will happen. I promise, promise, promise. Have a great day, you guys. Love you so much. Bye-bye.